Good morning, hello and welcome to Buy or Sell, the show that brings you expert views on what you should be doing with your stocks, your portfolios and all that you hold in your equity portfolio.
Twice a day we help you with your stock queries and your portfolio queries, once at 11 and then once again at 4 p.m. But right now, let's take a quick check of what's happening in the markets as we speak. We're seeing more than 1.3% gained on both the benchmark indices, 5,400 comfortably on the Nifty right now, up 66 points. Look at the Sensex picture, that's gaining ground as well, and we're looking at a over 200 point gain for the Sensex right now, trading at 17,798. That's 1.2% on that benchmark index. The NSE Volatility Index today has dropped more than 4%. We're looking at the broader markets faring decently well, with the CNX 100 up more than 1.2%. Mid-cap space looking decently strong. Small cap counters also clocking in similar amount of gains. Look at the advanced decline picture and you'll see that advancing stocks are outnumbering the decliners by a wide margin. On the S&P CNX 500, 82% of the stocks are advancing right now, with just 14% of the stocks declining. Where is the rally coming in from, if we can call it a rally that is? We're looking at banking stocks for a second straight day doing fairly well, and realty stocks at least at an index level. We're seeing the realty space rising 2.21% gained on the CNX Realty Index. It's a liquidity boosted market. Right now you have the energy space doing fairly well. CNX Energy Index up 1.7%. FMCG, infrastructure, PSU banking space across the board. There's quite a bit of buying. But here on Buy or Sell, we help you and tell you how you can make money out of this market. Ashu?
Well, let's introduce our market experts. We have Rakesh Bansal joining us on the technicals, Rajesh Agrawal also joining us on the fundamental. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Great to have you with us on NDTV Profit. Let's first bring in our caller. We have Sanjeev joining us all the way from Agartala. Sanjeev, hi, good morning. Go ahead. What's your question?
Actually, Ashu, I have bought Usha Martin 1,500 shares, so at around 36 rupees. So from the fundamental perspective, so in a 3 or 6 month horizon, what will be the expected price?
All right, Usha Martin, Quality Dairy, 2 stocks in Sanjeev's portfolio. I wouldn't call it a portfolio, but 2 stocks is what he has. Rajesh, first to you, what would you suggest? Are these 2 stocks fundamentally sound enough to be held in Sanjeev's portfolio?
Yes, Ashu, I think at least Usha Martin can be held for some time, because last quarter we have seen a turnaround in the numbers. The numbers were pretty bad prior to that, but as we all know, all the mid-cap steel companies were doing badly, but Usha Martin, being in steel ropes, is having a good amount of portfolio of products, which is going to be benefited if some boost is given in infrastructure in the coming budget. Even the numbers have been pretty good in this quarter, and I think one can continue holding the stock. Although this gentleman's horizon is pretty short with around 6 months, I would suggest at least holding it for 1 year to get decent amount of return. We expect around 20-25% return from the current market price in the next 9 to 12 months. As far as Quality Dairy is concerned, it's a speculator stock, and we have seen this stock being highly volatile from around 200-250 levels. It's coming down to 50 levels, and I don't think any investor should be investing in these kind of stocks. It would be better if one can switch it from this.
Rakesh, would you concur with those views, particularly around Quality Dairy, that the kind of volatility it's seen, perhaps it's best avoid or even a sell right now?
Well, Ashu, like if you look at the portfolio of Sanjeev, the portfolio is highly risky. Like the stocks, both the stocks are bad stocks. But the only positive is both the stocks have limited downside. Secondly, the gentleman is holding the stocks in a bad time, like bad companies in a bad time. So when the market rallies, like this stocks has a potential to outperform. What most of the people do, like they hold the bad stocks in a good time. The right time to buy bad stocks is buy bad stock in a bad time. And like Usha Martin has a very good support around 30 levels, and Quality Dairy has a very good support around 36 levels. I don't see both these stocks like breaching this level in short to medium term, like let's say in next 4 to 6 months. But to be on a safer side, my call is one should try to sell both the stocks in a rally, and one should buy some other stocks. Like if anybody wants to buy any stocks, like one can buy stocks like Coal India, MCX, one should buy these stocks.
Gentlemen, thanks very much for your views on that particular portfolio, or those 2 stocks there that Sanjeev holds. We've got another query coming in, and this one is from Arindam, who's joining in on the phone line right now from Kolkata. Arindam, good morning. What's your question? You can ask our experts.
Good morning.
I have 5 to 6 stock. First is
Okay,
IndusInd
please go ahead.
Bank. I have 50 share at the rate 304.70.
Okay.
And Starlight Industry at the rate 122.50. Adani Power, Tata Motors, and Lanco Infra.
All right. So you would like to know overall how one should really look at this portfolio and if there is any rejig that's required, right?
I have short to medium term view.
Okay, your short to medium term view. Okay, Rakesh, if I can come to you first. This portfolio is, it's not a, portfolio that's making too much money, no loss, no gain there. But overall, does this portfolio look like something that requires a rejig, perhaps a relook at Adani Power?
Yeah, definitely, Bianca. If you look like the portfolio is good, except for two mid-cap underperformance, like one is Adani Power, another is Lanco Infra. If you look like Adani Power is a clear downtrend, stock is continuously making lower tops, lower bottoms. On a downside, stock is a good support around 65 levels. On a upside, 95 is a very strong resistance. So one should try to get out of this stock, Adani Power, in a rally around 95 levels. Secondly, like Lanco Infra for a short term, like for 10-15 days, stock is showing excellent strength. On a downside, 18 is a very good support. I see like level of 24 in next 5 to 7 days on Lanco Infra. So around 24, the gentleman should exit Lanco Infra at those levels. Like if you look at IndusInd Bank, stock is having an excellent structure. Stock is into the uncharted territory. Stock is a clear buy on each and every dip. On a downside, 285 is a very good support. One should try to add more to the long side positions on any dip. On an upside, 345 is an immediate target. Same is with the Sterlite. Sterlite is having a stock is a clear buy on our dips, having a limited downside. 85 is a very good support. On an upside, 165 is possible. Similarly, like Tata Motors, stock is into the uncharted territory. Stock is showing good strength. Stock is a clear buy on dips. On a downside, 260 is an immediate support. Any dips should be used to add to the long positions. On upside, 330 is the immediate target.
Banks have actually been the darlings to whichever expert we are talking to, Rakesh. Rajesh, I'm going to come to you and ask your views on Arindam's portfolio. Would you also suggest that he exit out of Adani Power, though he's making a little bit of loss on that holding there?
Yes, of course. There are two reasons for this. One, the gentleman's time horizon is very short, and this kind of stocks need very long horizon, maybe 2 years, 3 years down the line, to give some amount of return. And secondly, if you look at the numbers were pretty bad. And in the near future also, with the kind of coal supply problems which we are facing, despite the fact that government has asked FSA to be implemented, we think that these kind of companies are going to face problems in the near future. So that's the reason I would suggest a sell on Adani Power. Other stocks are decent in his portfolio, be it IndusInd Bank, which has done very well, Sterlite after the recent merger announcement with SESA Goa. I think it's going to be a conglomerate on the metal space. So these two stocks are very well. Even Lanco Infra has done quite well, and the kind of power portfolio it has, I think in the long term it's going to do very well. Although in the short term, maybe what Rakesh has suggested, 24-25 would be a decent amount to book profits. But on a longer term horizon, I think 30-35 on this stock is quite possible. And the fourth one, Tata Motors has done very well. We have seen even Jaguar figures coming in, which were surprisingly very good. So I think one can continue holding into Tata Motors also. So only Adani Power is on our sell side.